think so, yeah. And if Bill, if we forget, just give her a high sign.
Let me get this set up.
About coming up for the morning.
I think these are all your papers. These are for him.
I think so. I'll leave the mourners.
Okay. Well, then you need the mourners list.
This is my.
What you want? Yes, ma'am. That'll be perfect.
Okay, this is the FEMA announcements. Do you have that? Misha Vera.
I can do that.
What week is that?
I can do announcements
This
too.
is, they just
Want
put
to do
this
the
here.
announcements?
September 17th to the 20th.
I'll do the announcements right after the morning.
Yeah, I saw Craig is here. But
Ready when you are.
Arlene, are you doing at the end?
how is it? What?
Oh, at the very end, you're doing Adonai.
He said the mourners unless Craig is here.
Okay, we have a final hymn too, just so you know. After the Motzi.
It's like those are not in the computer. I have the paper copy.
Yes, yes. And
Hallelujah again. Okay.
The rule is if you come later, you have to get the closer. Come on up, come on up, come on up. Come on up, say hello to everybody.
okay.
Is it 6 o'clock?
It is 6 o'clock somewhere. It is 6 o'clock.
You can introduce yourself and do the song. Or do you want me to speak first?
You can speak first.
I guess that answered that question.
Hallelujah, Bekocho. Hallelujah, Bekira Uzo. Hallelujah, Big Ruata. Hallelujah, Cat of good law. Hallelujah, betake our shofar. Hallelujah, never vikinor. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, betofu machol. Hallelujah, beminim veukaf. Hallelujah, betziltzale shama. Hallelujah, betziltzale trua. Kol anshima te hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom. The rabbi, can you hear a little louder, please? Shabbat Shalom. I need reinforcement because I'm the B team. The rabbi's out of town, so I'm handling the services tonight. And most of the service will be done by Arlene. We have Anthony at the music. We have my wife in the back giving me negative signs if I do something wrong. Shabbat Shalom. And before we do the candle blessing, we're going to follow Arlene on Shalom Aleichem on page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
In just a second, we're going to do the candle. I'd invite all the women, if y'all come up front, join us for the candle blessing.
And even any man who wants to come up and
All women under 90, would y'all please come forward? Anybody?
oh, come on, you're gonna
Come
make
on.
me like these.
Come on, Daddy. Come on. Come on. Barbara, anybody? We're going to be doing the candles tonight in honor of Orleans, Spain.
Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik neh v'tzivanu lahadlik neh v'tzivanu lahadlik neh shel Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom, please.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to each of you. Please turn to page 11 for Luhu Naranana.
Lechuniranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuniranena, 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 ladonai. Naria, naria, litzui shenu bikadmata, davitada. Naria, naria, litzui shenu bismiro naria lo. Lechuniranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuniranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuniranena, lechuniranena, Lichuniranena ladonai. Lichuniranena, lichuniranena, lichuniranena ladonai.
Which one, Arlene?
Page 18,
Yes,
Zamru
ma'am.
ladonai.
Zaru Adonai. Please turn to page 18 for Zaru Adonai.
Zamru ladonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzotzrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. Zamru ladonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzotzrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. Yiram hayamu meloho, tevel veyoshveva. Neharot imacha shakad hadim yiranenu. Yiram hayamu meloho, tevel veyoshveva. Neharot imacha shakad hadim yiranenu. Lifnei Adonai kiva, lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel betzedek, ve'amim b'mesharim. Yiram hayamu meloho, tevel veyoshveva. Ne'arot imacha yachad harim yiranenu.
Please turn to page 20 for Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lahakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lahakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lahakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lahakodsho.
If you please rise for Mizmor LaDavid on page 21.
Mizmor LeDavid, Havul Adonai b'nei Eli, Havul Adonai, Kavod v'haoz, Havul Adonai, Kvod shemo ishtachavul Adonai, Hadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai, Amayim, El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai, Al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai shover arazim, v'shaber Adonai et havanot, v'yakidem k'mo egel Livanon v'Sirion Kimo venremi mayayat kol Adonai chotze lavodesh kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai yacholel layalot vayechesof Yaron uvhechalo kulo omer kavod Adonai lama boyashav yeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai oz le'amo yitin Adonai yivarech and amo v'shalom. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Please be seated. You know, I have no idea why we stand, we sit, we stand, we sit, except that Arlene tells me to. That's all I know. So if you have any complaints about getting up and down, voice it to her at the end of the service. In any event, I had y'all sit, but in a very short period of time, she's going to motion you at a certain verse to stand up and face the door.
And turn around and greet the Sabbath bride.
Whatever she says.
Okay.
I've learned to obey what women tell me.
Good man. So we're going to do the first two verses of Lecha Dodi on page 23, the middle verse on page 24, and the last verse on page 25. And we'll stand, as Stephen mentioned, and turn and greet the Sabbath bride right before the last verse. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pinei Shabbat nikabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad Ushemo echad l'shemul tiferet ve'elitila lecha Dodi likrat kala pinei Shabbat nikabela likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha kiva orech v'racha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila lecha Dodi likrat kala pinei Shabbat nikabela hitorari kiva orech kumi ori shir daberi kivod Adonai alayich nikla lecha Dodi likrat kala pinei שומרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בו ייחלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. If you would turn to page 27 for Ms. Morshir. Want to greet our recent newcomer to the service, Rabbi Ricky over there. Just want to let her know she's here. Schmoozing with my wife. Go ahead, please.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך.
מזמור שיר.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
If y'all would please turn to page 27 for 28, excuse me, for Tzadi Katamar.
Tzadi Katamar Yivrach Ke'erez Bavanon Yizkeh Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrihu Od Yenuvun Beseva Desheni ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד להבאך נאהבה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Dr. Phil will lead us in the first mourner's Kaddish. I know we've had some very recent deaths in the synagogue. If we miss a name or whatever, please know that our mourning is for all of us that are suffering right now. Dr. Phil?
So the congregation would like to recall the yurt sites. Actually, we'll read the list at the end of the service for the upcoming week. For right now, I'd like you just to turn to page 30, and all those who are in mourning, observing yurt site, or as is your custom, please rise and recite with me. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, Bialma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'rechu le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. Please rise and turn to page 39A for the Baruch. Oh, goody, I get to do Devar. This is a good part. I really like doing the Devar. But I promised my wife that I would tie this Torah portion to modern times. He wouldn't just stick with the old times. So just wait to the end and you'll see we'll do the modern part. The portion tonight is Ki Tavo. Translated, it means when you come into the land. You might think because it's called We Come into the Land, it's right after they cross the Jordan, that it's about conquering cities or seizing land. But it's not anything about that. Rather, it's an instruction to each Israelite to take their first fruits to the temple and present them to the priests. And at that time they say, I acknowledge this day before your God Adonai, that I've entered the land that Adonai swore to our fathers to assign us. My father was a fugitive Aramaean. He went down to Egypt with meager numbers and sojourned there, but there he became a great and very populous nation. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They imposed heavy labor upon us. We cried to Adonai, the God of our ancestors, and Adonai heard our plea and saw our plight, our misery and our oppression. Adonai freed us from Egypt by a mighty hand, by an outstretched arm and awesome power, and by signs and portents, bringing us to this place and giving us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. Wherefore I now bring the first fruits of the soil which you, Adonai, have given me. It is before your God Adonai, and bow low before your God Adonai. So, what does this say to us today? Very few of us grow fruits. I'm not sure when the first fruits are, except for I do know when Fredericksburg peaches come in. You know, when I get fruit, I go over to HEB and I get a bag of fruits. But the concept is the first fruits, the giving of something to God in commemoration for everything he's given to us. So some of you were born in San Antonio and grew up here at Agudas. And so you might say, well, we've already made our commitment. It was in utero. But the truth of the matter is there was always a time for each and every one of us, even those who started here, Mr. Harris, example, where they made that commitment. They bought their first house. They proudly hung up their mezuzah. They put their menorah on the shelf. And at the proper time, when they planned to get married, they stood before a chuppah and broke the glass. For some of you, like me, we were sojourners as strangers in this land of San Antonio, what my mother would call Chavitzville. So we came and we attached ourselves to the Jews of San Antonio. Some of us did it right away. For me, it was 5 years after I got here when I decided when I was going to get married that I was going to have a Jewish home. In any event, we found out where the Jewish Community Center was. We found out where the synagogues were. We looked for the name of a Jewish broker, a broker with a Jewish-sounding name, Joyce Klein, Scott Myers. And we called and we said, where do all the Jews live? And we plotzed ourselves down in the middle of the Jewish community because we wanted to be around our people. Now there are even more of you who are not only strangers to San Antonio, but weren't raised as Jews. And at some point in your life, you chose to attach yourself to our people. Some of you did it here in Agudas Achim. Some of you did it this summer, and I got to meet you the first time you came. And I appreciate the opportunity I had for each and every one of you. And so, what does that mean to us today? We don't have the fruits. We don't have a temple. We don't have a priest. But each and every one of us has a first fruit ceremony. We have it every Shabbos. We don't speak to a priest. We speak directly to God. We don't do my father was a wandering Aramean. My father was born and raised in Houston. My grandfather was born in Königsberg, East Prussia. We weren't wandering Arameans, but we were Jews. And being Jewish was important. And we have our recitation every Shabbos. And our recitation is, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. That is what we as wandering Jews do every Shabbos to connect ourselves to our people. Shabbat Shalom. 39. Please turn to page 39A.
And rise.
And rise.
La 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 לעולם ועד. המבורך, המבורך, לעולם ועד. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
Please turn to page 40 for Ahavat Olam.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו למדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי ימום ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי ימום ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי ימום ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי ימם ולילה. יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 41.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Page 44 for Micha Mocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא 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 תהילות Oh, say fella, Malchutecha, Ra'uvanecha, Bokei Ayam Livnei Mahusha, Ze Eli, Anu ve'ahameru, Malchutecha, Ra'uvanecha, Bokei Ayam Livnei Mahusha, Ze Eli, Anu ve'ahameru, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, oh seifele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, oh seifele. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, oh seifele, oh seifele, oh seifele. V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo mi'al chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai Ga'a Yisrael. We read it first.
But we're not.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
Turn to page 45, please, for the Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmat seitenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom me'oto ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim.
In a moment, we're going to stand for the Vishamru, and I noticed a number of you in the back clapping, dancing, jumping up and down. Please do more of it. There's not a bad way to celebrate Shabbos. If y'all would please turn to page 46 and rise and keep standing for the Hatzi Kaddish immediately thereafter.
The ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עתיד לעולם, עתיד לעולם, עתיד לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית העולם.
Hatzi Kaddish is on the same page.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה, ביום דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלמו עולמי עמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תעמידן בימה וימרו amen.
If you would turn, please, to page 47 for the silent Amidah. Did I do something wrong?
No.
Okay. 47 to 51, the silent Amidah. When you're through, just sit down, we'll know we're through. Page 51.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. 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 Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'enecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. Tasim le'olam, tasim le'olam.
In a minute, Arlene is going to lead you in the Misha Beirach. I'm going to read the names I've got, but if there's someone else that we don't know, please raise your hand and let us know. Abby Heller, Alan Weighalter, Art Donaldson, Beryl Smith, Carson Moser, Charlie Pruitt, Daniela Valdez Vasquez, Sophie Handler, Eileen Marin, Elna King, Gary Rosenthal, Joanne Kendall, Joseph Godovan, Jill Testa, Carla Rumsey, Kimberly Lang, Lucy Williams, Lucy Jean Horowitz, Luke Morse, Maria Beck, Marion Braun, Mark Hermelin, Mary Young, Phil Zipkin Day, Robin Keller, Rosario Vasquez, Rose Williams, Sally Hardy, Sarah Ibata, Sharon Abelo, Stephen Himmelstein. Anybody else? Sorry to hear that. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Anyone else? Who was that? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Anyone else? Go ahead. Did we miss somebody?
What page she wants to know?
I'm sorry. 173.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imo avotenu, mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Please turn to page 54 for Kiddush Shalom.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, b'galahu v'zman kariv v'himaru. Yahei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alamu al me'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yihidnahaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha. Bri'aku la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, shushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yamavimaru. Titkabat solotahon v'utahon dechal Yisrael, Kadamu v'hon v'yishmaya v'himaru. Yahei shlama rabamin shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'himaru. Oseh shalom b'mrama, u'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'himaru. Amen.
In a minute, we're going to do the Kiddush, and I'm going to ask as many of you as I can induce to come up and join us. We have a rare treat tonight. We're going to have a duet for singing the Kiddush. And as you know, we often will have someone honored in the nature of an aliyah for each of the prayers. So tonight, in honor of the aliyah, of the Kiddush, we have Cantor Israel Singer singing along with Arlene. And we would be privileged if as many of you as you could would come up. In case you haven't figured it out, this isn't Arlene.
Yeah, this is my friend, Cantor Israel Singer.
Try to get as many up as we can.
Baruch
atah Adonai,
Eloheinu
melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinvilanu zichrono lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lamikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim. באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
I was instructed while they were singing to get as far away from any microphone as possible so that I wouldn't ruin it.
I know.
Thank you, Kenner Singer. If you would please keep standing for the Aleinu on page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל העמונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתוקקים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אינו, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבתה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו
Dr. Phil? Please be seated, unless you're just about to stand up again.
The congregation would like to recall the following yurtzites for the upcoming week: David Goldberg, Arlene Russakoff, Ephraim Abramowitz, Sylvan Alter, Sylvia Wortel, Herbert Rydell, Emily Zoltzman, Sarah Harris, Lucille Friedman, Morris Sonny Penner, Shirley Mayan Ratcliffe, Ronald Simon, Eileen Cantor, Lillian Gold, Reverend David Cantor. Are there any others who we should add, or any that I'm missing?
Yeah, the Shloshim.
All those, I don't have the Shloshim list.
Harold Melnick over the loss of his wife Alyssa Melnick. Amy Sugarman over the loss of her father Kenneth Michael Sugarman. Craig Teblix over the loss of his father. Do we have any recent
Okay.
losses that you'd like we've missed? Go ahead.
Edward Sidus. Zion. Edward Zion. Got it. I'm so sorry for your loss. All those who are observing your site in mourning, or as is your custom, please rise and recite with me Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, B'alma divra kiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'rechu le'ela min kol pirchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bialma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Thank you. Y'all may be seated. And I'd like to call our president, Craig Berkowitz, for the announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
First, I'd like to thank Arlene and Steve for leading us in services tonight, and Phil. And thank you to Anthony, as always, doing a lovely job with the accompaniment. I'd also like to thank the Zaltzman family for sponsoring tonight's Oneg in loving memory of their daughter, Emily. A few events I'd like to bring to your attention. Shlichot services are tomorrow evening, September 17th. Begins at 8 a.m.
No, PM.
It does begin at 8 p.m. Thank you.
Come early otherwise.
Come for Shabbat services tomorrow morning. You'd still be early. Service is about 45 minutes. It'll be followed by a light, lean and green meal, I'm promised. Everyone in our Jewish community is warmly welcome and invited. We'll be joined by renowned guest, cantor Israel Singer and cantor singer. Welcome and Shabbat Shalom.
And the choir is going to sing.
The choir will also sing, and it'll be a lovely service to welcome in the high holidays. And you should be home in time to watch the end of the UT-UTSA game.
We ahead by 4 touchdowns.
The adult choir of Agudas Achim meets on Sundays. They'll be meeting this Sunday, this Sunday, September 18th from 10 to 11 a.m. And if you enjoy singing and would like to join the adult choir, please contact Orit Ilon. The Agudas Potluck is back on Friday, September 23rd, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come enjoy an evening meal with your Agudas family. Please contact the office for more information. The 8th Annual Texas Kosher Barbecue Championship will take place on November the 6th. So get ready for some of the best barbecue that you've ever tasted. And to register your team and for more information, please contact the office. And we have a bat mitzvah that is collecting fabric scraps of different colors for a bat mitzvah project in which she'll be making stuffed animals to donate to children in need. So please drop off your contributions at the office or contact Melissa Brupper. And adult education, there's a class on Wednesday, September 21st on the High Holiday Liturgy, Why We Say What We Say, and it's 8:30 a.m. following morning minyan, and that will be led by Rabbi Baer. And Sisterhood's Rummage Sale is currently accepting donations every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So please drop them by. The Rummage Sale is happening October 23rd through the 28th, and you can contact Karen Landis for more information. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
In a minute, we're going to have the final tune. Kianer Singer, could you join us? I promise you it's a tune you know, if you come up. I promise you you've heard it before. Anthony and Arlene have already worked on it, but we'll let you join us, okay?
You're talking about the final one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the closing hymn you'll know too.
You ready?
Yeah, we're doing a Don Olam. It's the closing hymn.
Oh, I was going to do that now.
Yeah.
You're going to do both?
After the challah, we'll do the other one.
Excuse me, and Schuldigmir.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach,
בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה
בחפצו, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם, והוא היה, והוא ההווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה בחפצו, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירו אדון עולם, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמזרע אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה בחפצו, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה אדון עולם, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה בחפצו, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת תשען והעירה אדון עולם, ועם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא אדון עולם, אדון עולם, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה בחפצו,
אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם.
Oh, no.
And we have a special tune.
But first we're going to do the challah. We're gonna,
No, we're gonna do
oh,
the
we're
food.
doing it, okay. We're
You always
doing
get
it.
the hollow last to make you stay, okay? So we have a special tune
This is what
with Rabbi
he-
Singer to join us.
He requested that we sing Yerushalayim Shalom.
Okay.
And if you don't know the words, we want you to clap, dance, jump up and down. You've heard the song before. Go ahead, please.
אוויר הרים צלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח הרביים עם כל פעמונים ובתרדמת אילן ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב של נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני
If y'all would
You
come
want to
up,
help do
Craig,
the
Ricky,
bracha and the challah?
for the motzi, please. The motzi tonight is in honor of Rabbi Ricky.
A Shabbat.
Everybody who wants the challah first has to come join us now, especially you youngsters. You want the challah first? Let the challah come on up. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shabbat
Hashakoah. Please don't forget, we have the oneg afterwards in the foyer. Join us. Fress, S, Schmoose, please join us. How you doing?